Hello, I'm Ben, welcome back to the channel, and the long-awaited Quansheng TK-11 has finally arrived, so let's get it out of the box and see what it's all about. So Quansheng have very kindly sent me this direct from the factory, and you can see straight away that nice high quality box that it comes in compared to the original Quanshengs. This one's the UVK58 in this box here. It looks a bit battered, but yeah, nice sturdy colourful box this time. It's got quite a nice almost reflective kind of shine to the print on there. It says it does dual receiving, multi-band transmitting and receiving, supports AM single sideband and FM reception, and universal / smart code breaking, whatever that means. High power, it does claim to be a 10-watt radio, so we're going to try that out probably in a future video. Supports the NOAA weather channels. It's got a spectrum analyzer, and advertises that it does that magic voice or infant / alien voice. So again, we'll have a little play with that perhaps and see what that does. And it's got a frequency meter as well built in. The one they've sent me is actually the Quansheng TK-115. I know a friend of mine's received his already. It's Chris from Digital Analog Ham. He's been sent the TK-11 version 8, but yeah, for whatever reason, this one's the 5. I didn't even realise they did a 5 until they sent me this one out. So yeah, like I say, it's supposed to be a 10-watt output, so we're going to check that out as well. But let's open it up and have a look. And I've been quite pleasantly surprised with the packaging already. I didn't really want this to be an unboxing video, so I've spared you the taking the wrappers off everything at the very least. But like I say, opening it up, much better, higher quality packaging compared to the original Quanshengs. I mean, if we look at the UV5R Plus, whatever it is, or UVK58, this one, isn't it? Yeah, really flimsy sort of packaging in those, and they weren't that great. But yeah, much higher quality packaging in the new one. Just a quick comparison, then, while we've got this out of size, that you can see the two there, the original one and the TK-11. I think the TK-11's actually got a slightly smaller, has got a slightly smaller screen than the UVK5. So let's pop that one back and let's carry on looking at what we've got in the box. Obviously you've got the little handheld itself, and I was actually surprised at the size. I thought it was going to be a bit bigger than that from the adverts. Not that's a problem, but yeah, like I say, in comparison to the original Quansheng, there's not a huge amount of size difference. Maybe a little bit, well, it is slightly taller, but yeah, similar sort of size radio. Also in the box, you've got your little Quansheng lanyard there. That's quite nice quality again. And then obviously, first of all, you've got your HF antenna, a little T-shaped one. So I'll let that focus, with Quansheng stamped on one side, and on the other it's got the frequency range. It says the frequency range is 0.153 to 18 megahertz on the little HF antenna. I know a few people said that maybe it wasn't the best idea having a 3.5mm mono jack as your antenna connection, but we'll see how that works out. I do prefer the SMA type connection, like on the Radtel RT860. So in the rest of the box then, obviously we've got our little user manual. I did have a glance at that last night. The user manual does seem fairly easy to understand, so that's always a good thing. And your tri-band antenna that comes with it. So yeah, just got a little not sure, a little coil or something on the end at the tip, and then obviously the end that attaches to the radio. And I don't know if we can see that. Let's see if we can see it. There you go. It's a tri-band. This one does 6 meters, so 50 to 54 megahertz. VHF, it does 136 to 174 megahertz, so it will cover the 2 meter band. And then 400 to 480 megahertz, which will cover your 70 SEMS and GMRS, FRS, and potentially PMR 446 as well. Not that I could condone that, but some of you may wish to try it on those frequencies. Mine also came with the UK plug. When Quansheng asked me what adapter I wanted, they said they gave me an option, and obviously I chose the UK power adapter, so it's nice to see a dedicated power supply for that and drop-in charger. And then finally it came with the 2500 milliamp hour lithium ion 7.4 volt battery, so we'll get that plugged in and get the radio fired up.
Welcome, frequency mode.
Okay, so let's have a little look around the radio then. Obviously, first of all, you've got the rotary volume on and off control, which we've just turned on the top of the radio there as a little flashlight, and then under this little rubber flap here is the hole for the 3.5mm HF antenna. On the side of the radio, on this side, you've got a port for your standard K1 style speaker microphone, and then on the other side you've got your top and bottom push to talks, or PTTs, PTT-A, which does the top VFO, and PTT-B, which does the bottom VFO. You've got your side keys, side key 1 and side key 2, denoted by the little squares there, so obviously 1 for 1 and 2 on side key 2. I think they're probably programmable, but initially short press of the side key 1 will do a 1750 Hertz tone, and then a short press of side key 2 does the flashlight on the top there, so you've got quite a bright little white LED on the top of the radio itself. Going around the other buttons, you've got your A and B key, which switches between, like I say, top and bottom VFO. So you can see at the moment the little arrow is on the top VFO. If we press the AB key, drops down to the bottom one, so we're on the bottom VFO. The V and the M changes between frequency mode and channel mode. So let's go up to the top VFO. That's currently on frequency mode. So if I press it, it'll change to channel mode.
Channel mode 1.
There you go, and it's announced that we're on channel mode, and it's channel 1, and you can up and down the channels, obviously using your left and right or up and down keys if you like. Let's go back to frequency mode again.
Frequency mode.
And you can select your different bands by pressing the band button. That'll scroll through all the bands. $650 megs there, look. And then we're down to 1 megahertz there, so you can we can type in whatever frequency we want. If we press the hash key at the bottom there, we could type in a frequency, so you could just direct dial. So if we want 40 meters, we could put 007 074, so that'll give us the FT8 frequency. I don't think, well, we won't hear anything on there at the moment because I haven't got the little antenna plugged in. I've got the light flashing still, because I'll press the side key, isn't it? There we go, press that again, gets rid of that. We could try the little HF antenna, but I don't know how well that's going to work, whether it will pick anything up on FT8 on 40 meters indoors, but we'll plug it in and we'll see if we can hear anything. Yeah, it's nice clear audio, but there's nothing there at the moment, so I'm not convinced how well this little this antenna is going to work, especially indoors anyway. We could try it on maybe 20 meters, see if it's picking anything up. I know it did yesterday, so again, direct dial, press your little hash key there. Let's try 014 074. I don't know what the conditions are like today, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be picking anything up on there at the moment. But yeah, that's the first few keys. Let's turn the volume down. In fact, let's change the band again. Let's go up to a VHF band. Obviously, you probably sort of flashed past 27 megahertz there. Something else we'll try is see what the transmit is like on there on 27. It's potentially may well work there, but we'll have to give that a go and see whether it's usable or not. 55 megahertz, that's not too far from the 6 meter band, which it claims it will work on. Again, we'll try that out. Air band, and 2 meters, and obviously it goes through. I don't know if this does 1.25 meters either, so I'm not sure whether it transmits on 220. It doesn't seem to advertise it as doing that, and we don't have that here in the UK. But for you US users and countries that have that band. Again, probably something we'll experiment with and see if it does work up there. So if we're not using the numeric keypad keys to direct dial a frequency or using them as the numbers, each of these buttons will do different things. So if we press 1, that allows us to up and down change the squelch level, and number 2 allows us to change the balance of the audio or the volume of the A and B VFOs. So you can make, say, VFO A the louder one, or we could change it to make VFO B the louder one. So you've almost got an individual volume or like a mixer between the two VFOs, which is interesting, probably something we've not seen on previous models. We can either press exit, or I think that'll clear. Yeah, after a few seconds that clears. Key number 3, for those of you that are fans of the Quansheng, will probably recognise that you've got your little frequency scanner there. That's just sniffing out any nearby frequencies. There's nothing going on at the moment, I don't think, so it'll probably say fail if it hasn't found anything. After a few seconds it'll do a little countdown, and then it'll probably say fail if it's not done anything. There you go, so it's not found anything, so we can exit that. Button number 4 is very similar, but this one will also sniff out CT-CSS or DCS tones, that sort of thing. So I think that's what the difference is between number 4. Again, we'll exit that because it's failed. Number 5 puts you into your NOAA weather channels, and I think you can probably, yeah, you can change between the different weather channels or weather frequencies if you like. Again, not something we have in the UK, but for those of you that are in the United States, that's probably quite useful. Button number 6 allows us to adjust the output power. We probably need to come out of the NOAA channels actually, so let's press 5, puts us in frequency mode. Yeah, so now let's change the power, which was number 6, wasn't it? So there you go, you can see it switches between low power, medium power and high power. And like I say, allegedly this will do 10 watts on high power on some of the bands, but again we'll try that out probably in a future video. So a short press of button number 7 starts the spectrum analyzer. Again, not really something I've played with just yet, but you can see it's doing something on the screen there, so that's probably something to look at in a future video. Let's exit that. And then button number, where are we up to, 8, changes between AM, FM and upper and lower sideband, I believe. So you can see it's gone to AM, and press it again. Yeah, we've got lower sideband. Press it again, upper sideband, and then that'll be on FM because there's nothing showing. So it doesn't actually read FM, but or doesn't show it as FM on the screen. But if there's nothing showing, then assume it's in FM mode. Button number 9 just seems to do the same as your V&M, really. It just changes between channel mode and frequency mode, as you can see there. And like I already said, the hash button does your direct dial entry for frequencies, and then the 0 button puts you into FM radio. I don't know, can we direct dial? Let's have a look. No, you can still scan, that kind of thing, but let's see if it finds something. Songwriter called James Who. There we go. So you can see it works on the FM broadcast band. It's definitely skipped past a few stations there, but maybe because I'm indoors, it's struggling a little bit. So according to instructions, a short press of the start button enters the dialing call interface. Not quite sure what that is. If you know what it is, let me know in the comments down below. Again, something I've not really looked into too much. And then I think if we long press that, it should start the scan or the search, if you like. So yeah, that's just a quick look around the buttons of the Quansheng TK-11. So let's have a look at the menus now then. So if we press the menu button, you can see it's taking us into menu 1, and then we go into the sub menu by pressing the menu button again. And then so that's menu 1 of 1 is your power save. 2 of 1 is where you can switch on the backlight, or you can change the backlight time. I've just got it on constant because I like having it on constant for the videos. It has dropped out fairly quick, and there might be a way of changing the hold time as well for the menus. I hope there is, because that's always quite a useful one. we're going the wrong way. So 3 is where we can switch on the beep. I'm going to turn that off actually. So let's just turn the beep off. That's confirmed. And then we can change the voice if you want the voice prompt on and off. Obviously I've got the voice on at the moment.
Voice prompt.
We can turn the voice prompt off. The MDF, I have to have a quick glance at the instructions for that. That's the channel mode display. Okay, yeah, so the channel mode display will show what's showing on the screen there. In memory mode, it'll display either the channel and the frequency, the channel number, or the channel name. So that's where you can select that. So that's menu number 5. Menu number 6 is the automatic keypad lock. So that's switched off at the moment, but you can automatically lock the keypad if you want. Mic gain on menu 7, or menu submenu 7 number 1. You can change your power on display message. Where's that? Where have we gone? Oh, hang on, going the wrong way. Press it again. Yeah, power on message. You can have either the little Quansheng picture, or you can have nothing come up. Full just gives a full test of the LCD display as far as I can see, so it just makes it all black. Or you can change your message, so you can put your call sign in or whatever you want to have come up on there. Or you can have it showing you the volume. I'm going to leave that on the picture. Number 9 is the noise reduction, so you can switch your noise reduction on and off. Menu 10 is that magic voice. So that's where it does that alien or infant voices apparently. Again, something we'll have a little play with, maybe just test that out. It looks like you can either have it switched off, which hopefully is just your normal voice, and then 1 to, was it 5? 1 to 5. So I'm guessing, and I've not tried this yet, I'm guessing there's 5 different voices that it'll do. So we'll have a little play with that in a bit. And let's go to the next menu. Menu 11 is the show reset timer. It says no operation, timeout, and then automatically exit the menu settings, whatever that one does. And 12, this is where you can program your side keys. So side key 1 program, and the long press, the short press, and all that sort of thing on the next few menus. Right up to menu 116 is where you could fully reset the VFO. Then we're back to the start again. So we can come out of that. Let's press exit. You can see we're just in menu 1 now. Menu 2, I say press menu again, is where we can set things like squelch level again. I know you can do that off the keypad, but we can do that off the menu as well. You can change your frequency step in menu 2 of 2. 3 of 2, again you can change your high and low power, which we've demonstrated you can do straight off the keypad. And then 4 is your CT, CSS and DSC or DCS settings on the next few menus there for transmit and receive. And what's the next one? The frequency offset you can set on menu 2 of 7 or 7 of 2 if you like. And oh, it's come off. That's how I could do a finding the whole time really. Next one's where you change your frequency offset for your repeaters and that kind of thing. You can select either wide or narrow for FM mode. And the next one is your medium wave, short wave bands, frequency steps, I think that is, or bandwidth. Sorry, it's the bandwidth, the next one, so you can change your bandwidth. I've got it currently set on 2 kilohertz, but you can change that between 2 kilohertz, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, right up to 5.5 kilohertz on your bandwidth there. Let's leave it on. Where should we leave it? 3 kilohertz, or middle of the road somewhere. Next one is for encryption, and the next one, which is 12 of 2, is your busy lock. You can change the demodulation, so that's where you change between AM, FM, upper and lower sideband. Again, we can do that off the direct dial off the keypads. 14 is the to do with DTMF 5 tones, so selective calling basically. Again, not something that interests me. 15, you can set a push to talk ID. 16 is your decode for those DTMF tones again, I believe. And 17 is search list null. I'm going to have a quick look in the instruction manual for that. What does it say? Selecting this scan for this channel allows all channels in this to be scanned when selecting is initiated on this channel. So again, not something I'm familiar with, but we'll have to have a little play with that. I'm just going through the whole menu, but there's a few things in there that I'm not completely au fait with, but there we go. Anyway, next one was, where did we get up to? 2 or 18 of 2 is the storing your memory channels. So that's where you can add channels into the list. And again, we'll probably have a go at programming some channels into these at some point. You can delete channels, and then we're back to the start of menu 2 again. So let's exit menu 2, go into 3, and you can switch Vox or voice activation on and off. And dual receive, so you can switch your dual receive on or off. Timeout timer is currently set at 2 minutes. That's nowhere near enough for me. Let's turn timeout timer off altogether. STE rather is the tail tone elimination for your repeated tones. That's the next one. Repeater confirmation tone on menu 5 of 3. And quick call, I'm not quite sure what that is, but again, we'll have to have a play with that at some point. And then you should have your Roger bleep on menu 7 of 3. I don't know how many there is. Roger, MDC, user defined. So you might be able to, looks like there's about 3 or 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5 user defined Roger bleep tones. So whether that's something we can add in afterwards, I don't know. Again, we'll have to have a little play with the tones and see what they sound like, if there's anything programmed into those ones. 8 of 3 is the alarm mode. Again, not something I'm familiar with. Oh, yeah, it doesn't hold for very long, does it? It seems to drop out. Menu 9 of 3, S bar, it says in the instructions there, and on here. Oh, the signal strength bar, so we can change the signal strength bar, so that should be on at the moment, so we can see signal strength. And the next one is the medium wave, short wave, automatic gain control, on or off to improve reception of strong signals. That's currently switched off at the moment. And then that should be it all. That's a complete lap of menu 3. And then we can go to menu 4. Menu 4, we've got search recovery mode, whatever that is. And then the rest of these all seem to be do with your scan and ban. So you start and stop areas for where the scans are. These all do the same sort of thing. So where each band starts and stops, basically on all those menus. That whole menu is to do with scanning. So let's exit that one. So yeah, that's probably quite involved on the menus there. It's probably a whole another video, but yeah, that gives you an idea of how the menus work. Anyway, quite simple to use, and then we'll just exit that. But yeah, I'm not going to go through all those menus because they all do loads of different functions, and like I say, that would make a whole another video, but it's probably just the first few bits just to get you started, really. So I'm going to skip through the next few sub menus because they're all to do with DTMF tones, that kind of thing, NOAA, weather channels. Then we get to menu 10, which gives the host info about the radio itself. So you can see the host name, or the radio, is the TK-11. On your logo, it's gone for the Quansheng logo. This is to do with that startup screen. Logo 2, I think you can change these, probably change these yourself, TK-11. And then you can see the version, most importantly, the version of firmware that we're currently on. And I say this is an early model. So this is where I've lost it again because it's dropped out. Version 5.00.03 is the version that we're currently running. Okay, so just for a bit of fun then, and I've not even tried this yet, let's try out that magic voice function. That's probably not something that we should be doing on the amateur radio bands, but I've put a dummy load onto the TK-11, and I've set the original Quansheng up on 446 megahertz. So I'm only going to be transmitting on low power into a dummy load, so it probably doesn't matter too much. But let's try that magic voice functions out, and we'll see what I sound like. So I'm going to go in the next room, and I've just tried it. I can reach this from the dummy load from the next room. So I'm going to go out of the room, and then we'll try the different voices out and see what the audio sounds like.
This is Magic Voice 1, so this is Magic Voice number 1. This is Magic Voice number 2, so this is Magic Voice number 2.
This is Magic Voice number 3, Magic Voice number 3.
This is Magic Voice number 4, this is Magic Voice number 4. This is Magic Voice number 5, Magic Voice number 5.
So there you go, that's a quick look around the new Quansheng TK-11. Let us know in the comments down below as to what your thoughts are, any observations. Always interested to read your comments there. We'll definitely be making a few more videos on this. Like I say, next time I want to look at what frequencies this can and can't transmit on. So we'll definitely having a play around with that. Coming up on the channel, I've got a few more things to review. I'm getting a little bit behind. I've been renovating the kitchen at home, so I've not had too much time for playing radio or making YouTube videos recently, so apologies for the slight radio silence on the channel. But we have got the new Baofeng UV28 to review. That's coming up soon. Baofeng have kindly sent me out the new UV28. We've looked at the original 28. This one's the 28 Plus, and a few extra features on that, so stay tuned for that one. And Retivis have sent me a couple more of their little PMR style handhelds out to play with, so we've got that coming up. And Bang have sent me a few more bits and pieces as always. They've sent me out this little Zello radio, so we'll do a little bit more playing with Zello. And they've also sent me a couple of radios that I reviewed before, which is the Baofeng UV-K6 and the Quansheng UV-5R Plus. I've done loads of videos on the Quansheng UV-5R Plus on my channel, so I'm probably going to be giving those ones away, so stay tuned for that. So until next time, please remember, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge to subscribe to the channel. And if you click the bell notification, that'll keep you up to date on when I bring new videos out. And we'll see you in the next one. 7-3.